Welcome to the August 2026 edition of the Top 10 Microsoft 365 Message Center and Roadmap Updates, prepared by ChangePilot. This month, we'll highlight 5 key Message Center items and 5 important roadmap updates. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the ChangePilot Monthly Update. August marks fundamental resets in Microsoft 365. Microsoft is retiring SMS and voice multi-factor authentication, making Passkeys the default. If you haven't audited your MFA methods yet, now is the time. Cross-boundary governance is tightening with new federated chat controls in Teams, cross-tenant message recall and exchange, and the retirement of Defender file policies. Purview is becoming the unified compliance platform. On the roadmap, Purview expands to cover non-Microsoft apps, and Teams phone governance gets more granular. Microsoft is raising security and compliance standards, expecting organizations to keep pace. Let's dive in. Part 1 covers the top 5 Message Center items for August 2026 that require deliberate action. Firstly, MC1426371 is a critical update affecting every user. SMS and voice call multi-factor authentication are retiring, with Passkeys becoming the default. Microsoft Authenticator, OAT hardware tokens, and certificate-based authentication will also be supported. The rollout starts July 2026. Check your Message Center for specific timelines. Actions include auditing your MFA methods, prioritizing migration to Authenticator, Passkeys, or OAT tokens, proactively communicating changes, updating identity runbooks and help desk scripts, and revising conditional access policies. This retirement is irreversible. Moving on, MC1423106 introduces Cross-Tenant message recall in Exchange Online. Users can now attempt to recall emails sent to external Microsoft 365 organizations. Recall success depends on the recipient tenant opting in and client support. Control lies with the receiving tenant. Actions include briefing legal, compliance, and records teams about document retention and evidence preservation implications, reviewing email governance, updating recall guidance, educating users, and assessing e-discovery impacts. Next up, MC1423114 brings stricter external access controls for federated chats in Teams. New admin controls allow more precise scoping of external domains or users. Existing federated chat configurations may be affected. Review Teams' external access and federation settings before rollout. Identify critical collaboration flows, assess configuration updates, communicate changes, and update governance documentation. Review federation settings now to prevent disruption of partner flows. Our next items, MC1417993 announces the retirement of Defender for Cloud Apps file policies. With migration to Microsoft Purview's DLP and compliance required by January 6, 2027. Organizations using file policies for DLP, data governance, or compliance must migrate before the deadline. Actions include auditing existing Defender file policies, mapping each policy to Purview, engaging security and compliance teams, testing replacement policies, and updating documentation referencing file policies. Finally, MC149304 introduces Facilitator, which proactively detects knowledge gaps in meetings and surfaces relevant context to participants in real time. Visible to all participants, it aims to improve meeting equity. Consider implications for sensitive meetings, review Copilot and Facilitator admin settings, update user guidance, and align with AI governance policies. Real-time AI suggestions are visible to all meeting participants. Part 2 highlights the top 5 roadmap items for August. These updates impact data security, Teams phone, government cloud telephony, compliance, and Teams rooms. First up, roadmap item 568075 expands Purview's data loss prevention to cover non-Microsoft connected apps. Organizations using third-party SaaS tools like Slack, Salesforce, or Dropbox now get Purview coverage. This reinforces Purview as the unified compliance platform and aligns with migration away from Defender file policies. Actions include identifying connected apps, reviewing existing Purview DLP policies, engaging data governance teams, and updating documentation. Next, Roadmap Item 567306 introduces enhanced delegated calling restrictions in Teams Phone, giving admins and users more precise control over who can make or receive calls on behalf of another user. This affects PAs, EAs, telephony admins, and users with delegated calling enabled. Actions include reviewing current configurations, briefing relevant staff, and updating governance documentation ahead of the August rollout. Moving on, Roadmap Item 567884 extends external call routing to Teams Phone deployments in DoD and GCC high environments, improving telephony parity for government cloud customers. This applies only to GCC high and DoD environments. If relevant, assess telephony configuration, review call routing policies, and engage your Microsoft partner for guidance. Next up, Roadmap Item 567304 brings explicit consent prompts for call recording and transcription to Teams in GCC high and DoD environments, aligning with commercial compliance standards. Actions include reviewing recording policies, updating legal documentation, and briefing service desk and meeting hosts on the new consent prompts before August. Finally, Roadmap Item 567468 updates the gallery view for Teams rooms on Android, improving layout clarity for hybrid meetings. This is a visual change only. Relevant organizations should assess AV setups, brief facilities teams, and update room signage or guidance referencing the gallery display ahead of the August rollout. That's your top 10 for August 2026. The message is clear. Identity security is being fundamentally reset, and Microsoft is raising compliance standards. Act now by auditing MFA methods, starting Defender file policy migration before January 6, 2027, and reviewing Teams Federation settings. Governance reviews are due for Cross-Tenant recall, Facilitator knowledge gaps, Purview DLP for non-Microsoft apps, and delegated calling restrictions. Subscribe to the ChangePilot Bulletin for free monthly M365 updates at changepilot.cloud/ChangePilotBulletin.